broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Epidural.
Yeah. I love God. You love God? What's wrong with you? I love God.
Yes!
Love God.
Yes! If you love God, then you can get an epidural. Like,
I know, they caught that. We were having a conversation. What's up, what's up, what's up? How are you guys? Happy Thursday. I'm loving this song. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Love it.
Before we get into episode 9 on season 4, I want to talk about this actual song that we got playing here in the background. So there's some issues with it. You know, in the Christian community, in the church folk, they have a problem with this song, and let me tell you why. And Kirk Franklin actually came to her defense about it, because for some reason, you know, church folks feel that it is trap gospel. And you know, I'm going to explain to you and the viewers, and you can break it down for us, because you broke it down for me before we went on air, what trap music is.
First of all, who are you?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I want to know who you are. Before we start the conversation.
Before I start, no, because my name is already on the bottom on the lower third. I just goes right into it. I'm your host, Ashida. Onrae. With me, I got my co-host, Lem.
Yes.
And we are here getting ready to do the after show for AFTERBUZZ Mary Mary.
Yes.
Episode 9, season 4. Episode 9, season 4. So I got that all out the way. All right, so I want to go back into this article about I Love God and what's going on with this. So it's called, they're calling it trap gospel. And basically what trap gospel is defined by the content of its lyrics, but it also comes with a trademark sound. Booming 808 style, sub, bass, kick, drums, twitchy, 64th hold, blah, blah, blah. So break that down for me. What is actually trap? Because the way that they explain it, I'm still not getting it.
Still don't understand.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay. And they have it here, and I'm reading from the Christian Post, and they're breaking down what trap gospel is, but as I'm reading that, I'm still not getting it. But you gave me a really good definition of what
first
it is.
of all, I don't think that there's a such thing as trap gospel. What they're doing is there's trap music. And what they're saying is, like with this particular song, and I don't know that there's even a whole lot of songs out there that are like this in the Christian or gospel, you know, community or what have you. But they're equating it to trap music, which has a certain style to it. The music sounds very, you know, the beats sound very similar. And then they're talking about the lyrics and some of the stuff that, you know, happens with some of the lyrics in these songs. These are, you know, hip hop rap songs. The lyrics aren't godly, if you would use that. So I think the issue is, which we were talking about earlier before we started, is the issue they've had when any other type of music other than traditional gospel music has been made on the forefront. And I was mentioning when you look at, you know, Christian hip hop, you know, or Christian rap, when that kind of came out and you had Christians who were rapping, they were like, oh, you know, a lot of church people were like, oh, no, that's taboo. That's a worldly thing. That's worldly music. We can't do that. And then it took a while for these artists to, you know, kind of break down the barrier and say, like, look, we're saying the same thing you're saying in the pulpit or in your song, but we're just doing it in our style, the way God gave it to us. Even beyond that, before that, and I'm sure that's why Kirk Franklin came to her defense, because he had issues. He went through it too with Stomp and some of the music that he came out with, you know, at the beginning of his career. So I mean, it's just whenever something is new, it takes a while to embrace it. Once people can understand that it's going to reach people where they're, because that's the thing, when it comes to gospel is the good news, and you have to reach people, and you have to reach people where they are. And if this is going to be a way, you know, her doing this song talking about I love God or love God, but she's saying that, and somebody that likes trap music is listening to this and is like, oh, this beat is cracking, oh my gosh, love God, oh, what is it? Oh wait, I kind of like this. And
I hate the name trap music.
You know what I'm saying?
So dumb.
Well, that's just what it is.
It's just a great song.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's a dope song.
It's a great song.
I think it's a dope song, but I think it's just people, again, being overly religious and not embracing, you know, what could be for the future of Christian music.
I agree. And you know, just to backtrack on what Kirk Franklin said, he said, I just commend her efforts. I think that trying to make a message that's old as many millennia and try to make it culturally relevant, which is so important because we're dancing to it. You know, I'm driving and I hear people listening to it. And if you enjoy it and you get the lyric, because I think I would rather hear someone listen to this, I Love God, than hear I'm All About the Cocoa, whatever that song is, right?
I love the cocoa.
I love, right.
Yeah,
I love the cocoa.
Yeah.
You know, and when you hear that and then you hear people say,
and that's another example of trap. That's what they're talking about, the trap music.
The trap music,
yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
And I'm sitting there like, who is listening to this music and this song? You know, but everybody's in there bumping to it. But I'd rather someone say, hey, you know what? I love God. And if it just gets you moving in a certain way and it reaches young people, then I'm all for it.
Right.
But again, we always have to have somebody say something about it.
Sure.
So with that said, we love God and we get ready to love Mary Mary and go into our topics on the show.
Yes.
So, you know, it starts off with Tina being Tina, as always. As always. Right?
As
you know,
always.
she don't care about nobody but herself and her project and who she wants to sing background on her songs.
I think she's hilarious. I mean, I want to say I'm not surprised by her. But I am sometimes, because I'm like, Tina, really? So you want to have this song and you basically, because this is the thing with Tina, it's like until Tina's ready to do it, then it's going to be done.
Yeah.
And so, you know, she wasn't ready to do this solo project. She didn't want to end Mary Mary. Then she was talking about ending Mary Mary. Now she doesn't want to end it. Now she's ready to do her solo project. And so now it's like, okay, I got this song. Let's have Erica sing on it and all my other sisters. And it's going to be great. And it's going to sound amazing. And her husband is trying to be like, hold on. Okay, let's really look at this. I think Erica might not be available. She's very busy. Oh, I don't care.
Right.
That's my sister. And she needs to do it because she's my sister. Like, it doesn't matter, you know, anything else.
Right.
But that's Tina.
And that's what I did for her when she asked me. So that it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Even though you weren't busy like her. But no, it's okay. It's okay because it doesn't matter. Whichever you want.
Tina's Tina.
Tina's Tina.
But you know who I'm so proud of, and I'm so glad that they showed this, is GoGo. I mean, even though she fell off a little bit when she was helping her sister, but the fact that she started her own business, she got her showroom going.
Yes.
I was so proud, and I just love the fact that they showed that. And I'm like, you go, GoGo. I'm loving this. And her sister was so excited and proud for her.
Yeah.
And I applaud her, because I remember watching from season 1, from when she was starting out. She's like, I want to be a stylist, you know, be a designer. And then here we are seeing her on her fabulous showroom.
I think it's great. I mean, and she seems like she knows what she's doing. And I think it's good that instead of, you know, I think a lot of times it's good when you do these reality shows to kind of use it for your, you know, what you're trying to do.
Absolutely.
And I think that's a great way for her to, and I don't know how much of the show helped, but for her to be able to reach her goal of what she wanted to do, that she first set out to do. I think that's awesome.
So now she just needs to work on her management skills. Working with two,
manager.
Right.
Well, you knew that. I knew that was gonna happen. As soon as she booked
Toby and Tommy. Yeah.
As soon as she booked that, and Erica's like, "Well, you going at the same time?" I knew it was gonna be an issue. I knew it was gonna be an issue because that's what happens.
Right, because it's reality TV.
Exactly.
It's either that or there's some problem at the sound check.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. There's going to be drama, which I will say, I know you're going to get into it, but I predicted Mitch was going to come back because we needed the drama of Mitch because there wasn't really anything else to go on. And voila, he's there in full form. And
tripping off of what? What is it? I don't understand.
I still didn't get, like, I thought it sounded like he managed them, the group. That GoGo was styling, but then after they were having later conversations, they're like, does he manage him? She's like, no. So my thing is like, why is he was only there strictly to mess with GoGo?
Absolutely.
Strictly.
Absolutely. And he got into Donald Lawrence. Right. Got into Donald Lawrence's head. And he was like, look, don't be a Mitch.
Right.
Basically is what he's saying with the B word. But don't be a Mitch, which he ended up being anyway, like you said.
Right.
But exactly. He just went there just to irritate her, just to see. And then I'm not sure if you noticed it, but when he was like, what is this? When he was talking about the dress, she was like, it's a dress. And he was like, it looks like a curtain.
Right.
But did you see the sides of the artist?
Yeah.
Did you see the size of the artist? I mean, what is it supposed to be?
Yeah. he was, again,
I was like,
it just goes back to him being him. You know what I'm saying? And really, when it was on them, it was like basically like it was a shirt and then it was like wrapped. So it was almost like a wrap around. And a lot of these things, like she said that, you know, they had to change certain things because these were her design. So they had to take out some stuff for it to fit them or, you know, to make it work or what have you. So that, you know, a lot of it was going to be done with you know, touch ups and all that kind of stuff. But it didn't matter what was going on. Mitch was going to hate.
Right.
He was going. They could have
determined.
They could have looked fat. Which Donald Loris came and he said they look fine.
And
you know
he
what
shut
I'm
him
saying?
down.
He did.
He shut him down.
He did shut him down. And I'm glad we saw that happen as opposed to just being implied.
Right.
Because he's like, oh, you need to get down like it was a fashion emergency. Like, Mitch, you're doing way too much.
Mitch, you're acting like a Mitch.
It's a fashion emergency.
Right.
You got to come immediately. Stop what you're doing. I don't care. This is crazy. And he's looking at it and he's like, they look fine. You know, like what? I mean, I think, you know, I think she did great with what she had to work with.
Yeah,
bottom line, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
So anyway, but yeah, he's just he's there for the drama. Absolutely there for the drama. I like. What do you think about when he talked to Erica, and that little awkward like, hey Erica, hey, how you doing? The little nasty little sideways hug, and how he was like trying to make small talk, but she was like not feeling it, and then it was like. It's like, I don't know if he was doing that for television. You know, he was trying to apologize in a sense because he did say something about him. The way he was acting at the wedding was not what he should have been acting. But I kind of agree with Erica in saying that he really just did that for the sake of where he was and also for the show. What do you think?
I agree. And here's my take on it. The fact that he didn't really fully apologize. To me, he didn't say, you know what, I acted like an ass and I should not have. I should not have pinned two sisters together and say those ugly things to you. And for that, I do apologize. He was just kind of like, well, you know, we're going to be, it's kind of in a sense of we're going to see a lot of each other, so we might as well just get along. That's basically what his sort of apology implied. And it wasn't direct and it wasn't to the point. And so he's just like, yeah, hi, how you doing? Okay, we're going to see a lot of each other because I think I'm going to be working with Tina. And, you know, let's just put on a good face since we're going to be seeing each other. Sure. You know,
but then why couldn't he do that? But that to me is just very contradictory because if he feels like he's going to be seeing Erica more, he's going to be seeing GoGo more. But then why couldn't you be amicable with her? Do you see what I'm saying? Like he was really trying to get under GoGo's skin. He did not have to go by there. He did not have to do anything of that nature. But he decided he was going to do that because he doesn't like GoGo. So you're shooting yourself in the foot if that's what you're saying, because you're trying to work with Tina, but then be mad at her sister or hate her or don't like her sister who's going to be around and
going to go back and tell her sister what you said about the fact that she's going to sell more albums than you.
Which I'm glad that happened because they were holding that. That was like their trump card. That was their trump card. And then when the time was right, they had enough ammunition when she came in there like, look, let me tell you about Mitch, your boy that you met with. He's no good. And then they gave him all the information calculated from the wedding up to what happened with GoGo. And I like the fact that Tina was like, that's not cool, you know. Now
would you know she was more not cool about the fact that he cut up at her wedding?
Well, yeah, of course, because again, it's about her.
It's about me. So wait, he was acting a fool at my wedding?
Right, exactly. That's what, okay. He messed you, okay, well that's cool. But he was acting a fool at my wedding.
Right.
He was? Oh, okay, well I can't talk to him no more. Like, yeah, exactly. But it's Tina.
You gotta love her. You gotta love her.
Yeah, you gotta love her. You have to.
Yeah. So congratulations to Erica winning, best traditional song. I'm so happy for her. She was nominated 4 times but got 1 award, which is good. 1 award is better than no award.
Absolutely.
But I was really hoping that when her sister was up there that
she would be able to present. I really thought, and I was kind of, when Tina was like, I'm going to be presenting one of your awards. And then Erica's like, oh, it's going to be mine. She was all excited. I thought they were, and then it wasn't. And I was like, okay. But that would have been dope if she would have been able to, present that award. So
I think so too.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, all right, but it's all good. She won. Congratulations. That's amazing. And she's doing an amazing job with her solo career. I'm loving it.
She's a little bit of a diva that we saw.
She came out right. Yes.
She did kind of, the diva spirit was upon her.
Yes.
Heavy, like all around. And it was interesting because you don't really see that with Erica. You know, you always see it with Tina when they're in the group. And I think Erica tries to be the voice of reason because Tina's so extra. But it's just Erica, and it was just interesting to kind of see her, and rightfully so. Like with the whole GoGo situation, you know, she did promise that she was going to be there for her,
right?
So she did, and GoGo, you know, even
messed
though she got caught
royally.
up, she did. Even though she got caught up with Mitch or whatever, she wasn't expecting that, but she still, you know, didn't do right by her sister. So she had every right to be upset, but it's just the way that she was acting, and you know, and even her husband was like with the whole sound check, and he was just like, you gotta chill.
I just think it was unprofessional that I only got this is how long I get for sound check, but he was like, they checked the sound, right? That's all they needed to do. They checked the sound. That was it. It was done.
Exactly. Yeah. But even like how she was kind of going in, you know, at the little lunch or whatever that they had, and that's when he kind of had to be like, yo, you're being unprofessional now, because here she is like saying all this, and you don't know who's around there and who's gonna hear you, and maybe like, oh, this is how she is. Oh, I don't know if I want to work for her. You know what I'm saying? Work with her. So, and I think, it's good because I think they're a good balance as far as a team.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
Warren and Erica. I mean, just couple wise, business wise, they're a great balance for each other. So I liked how he kind of was like, you need to chill.
Right.
So because she did get the diva spirit. Right. She got filled.
Is that what you say?
She did.
Think it is?
The diva spirit.
She got a little diva because now I'm solo. It's all about me. Right. Before she was like, okay, it's Erica and myself, but I mean Tina and myself, but it's all about me. So I'm proud of her. I'm happy for her. Now, we pretty much wrapped up the episode, but what I really want to go into is we got the season finale next Thursday. I'm kind of bummed. I'm loving this, but it is what it is.
To an end.
And the preview was intense. And so I want to go into the prediction because I have an idea of why Tina's on one.
Okay.
Yeah, because it was heavy.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go into my little prediction.
Go into predictions. Let's do it.
Yes.
And now, your AFTERBUZZ TV prediction.
So my prediction is that Tina, after all that she's been through, and she's getting ready to shine, I think that it's going to hit her, and I think that's what she's crying and feeling the fact that God has gotten her this far. That's what I think it is, and I think we're just really going to see it hit her. Come to a head.
So it's all going to come to a head.
It's all going to come to
break down.
She's going to break down.
Interesting.
Because I get that. You know, you've been somewhere. You've been down in the dirt and so far down, and then you see yourself, and you're going, "Wow, I made it, and I made it because of prayer. I made it because of God." And it overwhelms you. It just takes over, and you just start crying and get the Holy Spirit and the Holy Ghost. Next thing you know, you're running around church.
Sure.
Dancing around.
Right.
Actually, one time I was in church and I was like, wow, you know what? I got out of a situation, but I always don't want to run around the church acting crazy, so I always try to control myself. But there was one time, it was the weirdest feeling. I couldn't control it.
You had to let it go.
I had to let it out.
And you ran around the church.
I didn't run around the church, but I was crying so uncontrollably. I was crying that the two people beside me, how the ones that hold you and the one that fans.
Yeah. They were ready. Did they have the thing around you? Like, we got you.
Yes.
You know that.
Right. It was like I was crying, and then one's fanning you, and one got their hand on their back. It's like, it's going to be okay. Have you experienced that? Have you experienced where you were at church and the pastor was talking, or there's a song and you feeling it and you trying to control it, and you just let it go? I would just love to hear about it. And has that happened to you? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I grew up in church. My parents are pastors. So, yeah, there's been some times, a lot of times it'll be those times when somebody has a word for you.
Yes.
Like they stop I have a word for you, that brother right there. And you're like, me? And then they're like, and you're going to have a blessing.
I was trying to go
Oh, yeah.
And I don't want to be the one that's on the floor.
Right.
And then they got to put that little, the little protector over your skirt. You know what I mean? The little blanket over your skirt.
Towel.
Right. No.
This is a head towel.
No, that can't be me. That can't be me.
No, you can't.
I just got to be like, Lord, thank you in my little square.
Stay in your space.
Stay in my space.
Say so. Got it.
So that's my prediction.
Okay.
And Mitch is back again. And I think Tina's going to check him.
Do you think that he is going to work, that she's going to work with him? I mean, this is season finale. They could hold that, you know what? Just because.
Because of the show, yes. But for Tina, no.
No.
Because of her wedding.
Like that's
right. Like you cut up at my wedding.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
For the wedding aspect, no. But for the show, the reality, yes.
Interesting. Okay. I can agree to that. Obviously, she's going to have words with him because that's the next step.
Right.
You know, especially they're talking about having a working relationship. And she don't play. One thing with Tina, you could tell she's a family person. She don't play when it comes to her family. So obviously you did something to upset my family, especially in my moment. Yeah, you have issues. So I'm going to let you know how I feel. So I do think she's going to check him. I think we're going to see more with Erica and maybe there's going to be something else with her solo career that's going to be a pinnacle moment. This was the awards, situation. So I think it's going to be something else with that's going to probably leave us, because it is a season finale, it's going to leave us into like, oh my gosh, what happened?
Yeah.
One thing we do know that in real time, she was nominated, I think it was 10 Stellar Awards that just took place recently in Las Vegas, which is amazing. I mean, she's definitely killing it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it'll be interesting to kind of see. And you could see like they're kind of really in this season, they're really focusing on them too. Like again, a lot of the previous seasons, it was like other members of their family had things going on, like their sister who got married and GoGo and her relationship, but a lot is just with them. You know, and not even their families, but just with them.
But you know what? I did like that aspect when they, when the other family members, it was a different take on everything because you got to see how they interact with everyone else. So I did like that aspect. I would like for them to bring that back. Yeah. But I guess they have so much going on because of what happened with Tina last season. Right. And then the comeback from that and then Erica's solo career, I guess they don't have time to deal with the other family members as well.
I think so. They decided to focus on that.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Well, that's some good predictions.
It is good.
Well, I guess that's next Thursday is our last Thursday. Well, it's all good.
It's all good.
It's all good. Well, that is a wrap.
A wrap. Ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, absolutely. I'm your host, Ashida Onrae. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Ashida Onrae.
And you can find me, Lem Gonsalvez, at The Poet Saint, and that is on Twitter, Instagram, and the Snap Chisel, who I still only have one follower. I need one follower. I have one.
You have one person. I still don't get it.
Yeah?
I don't get it.
It's like pictures and then they go away. That's really all it is.
Wow.
There's nothing else to say. So, yeah.
Well, there it is.
Yeah.
We look forward to seeing you the season finale next Thursday. See you then.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.